The universe is a very strange place, we know little about it. In this universe there are strange planets that are completely different from our concept of planets. We all know the planets as a mass of spherical rocks that revolve around a star similar to our Sun. It was recently discovered that it seems so strange that it is difficult to believe or explain its existence. We now present to you a list containing the 10 strangest planets discovered so far. Planet J1407b. J1407b. This planet is about 400 light-years away from our planet, and it is a small planet, but the strange thing is that it is surrounded by giant rings that revolve around it continuously, and it is not like the strange rings that revolve around Saturn, as Saturn is very large compared to the rings. As for this planet, its rings are 200 times larger than the rings of Saturn, and so far scientists have not been able to explain the reason for the existence of these rings and how this small planet was able to attract all these giant rings that revolve around it. Planet Coro7b. Coro7b. This planet is approximately 480 light-years away from our planet, and it does not differ from our planet in terms of size, but its surface is terribly contradictory, as it does not rotate around itself as is the case in most planets, and this makes its opposite face to the star an inferno of volcanoes, explosions and falling rocks. And the temperature of this face reaches 2000 degrees Celsius, while the other side of the planet is in permanent darkness and extreme cold, where the temperature of this face reaches 200 degrees Celsius below zero. It was named after the telescope through which the planet was discovered. Planet Trace-2b. Trace-2b. This planet is 750 light-years away from our planet. It is considered one of the most beautiful planets that have been discovered. Some scientists call it the dark planet, because its atmosphere reflects only 1% of the light that falls on it, and there are some parts on the surface of this planet that reflect the light falling on it in dim red, and this is what gives it a beautiful and frightening shape at the same time. Planet 55 Cancri. 55 Cancri. This planet is 40 light-years away from us, and this planet is a large diamond piece that floats in space. At the beginning of its formation, this planet contained large amounts of carbon, and as we know that the intense pressure and high temperature applied to the carbon element turns into diamonds. And this is exactly what happened to this planet, as the heat and great gravity of the star around which it revolves turned this carbon on the planet entirely into diamond, and scientists estimate the size of this planet twice the size of the planet Earth. Planet Gliese 436b. Gliese 436b. It is the strangest planet discovered so far. The surface of this planet is completely covered with ice, although it is very close to the star that revolves around it, as the surface temperature of this planet reaches 400 degrees Celsius, and here the reader may wonder how a planet can reach its surface temperature 400 degrees Celsius, and at the same time covered with ice? The answer lies in its large size, which generates a very great gravity. When the ice melts on its surface, this strong gravity prevents the steam from rising and forces it to remain in its solid, frozen state. So this planet is a piece of ice that is constantly burning. Planet GJ1214b. GJ1214b. Scientists call this planet the water planet, and this name came because this planet is completely covered with water and there is no land spot on its surface. Planet HD189733b. HD189733b. It is a strange planet because it is surrounded by clouds permanently, and these clouds do not rain water as in our planet, but rather it rains pieces of glass constantly and everywhere from the surface of this planet, and the reason for this is that the atmosphere that surrounds the planet contains a high percentage of silicon gives the planet a beautiful blue color. But it is close to its star and its high temperature causes the silicon particles to be compressed, which makes it always fall on its surface, and pieces of glass are constantly and rapidly moving on the surface due to strong winds. Planet WASP-12b. WASP-12b. It is a planet that is constantly eroding due to its close proximity to its star, as it loses billions of tons of its mass every second, and its volume is approximately the size of Jupiter, but it is oval in shape due to its star's great gravity and the process of erosion that occurs on its surface. Planet Gliese 581c. Gliese 581c. This planet has been voted by scientists as one of the 3 most discovered planets that can contain living organisms, but it is significantly different from our planet as it revolves around a red dwarf star, and it is restricted like the moon that revolves around our planet as it does not revolve around itself, and it has two sides. One of them is opposite the dwarf star, and its temperature is very high. As for the other side, far from the star, it has a very low temperature that reaches freezing, but between these two faces there is a region in the form of a narrow line separating the hot region and the cold region, in which the temperature is moderate and amenable to the emergence of life. Planet Kepler 438b. Kepler 438b. This planet is 740 light-years away from our planet, and it was discovered by the American Kepler telescope. It is a good distance from its star, which scientists call the life-susceptible region, so that the planet is neither too hot nor too cold, and this increases the possibility of water on its surface in its liquid form. It is known that water is the most important element for the formation and survival of life. The world of space is full of secrets and wonders of which we know little, and discoveries follow that prove to us that there are more mysteries that require disclosure, and in these words we will learn about the strangest planets that you will not believe exist. 1. Gliese 581c, hot and cold. The planet is distinguished by its side facing the scorching hot stars, while the other side is frozen, and scientists say there are some areas suitable for living on it. 2. Lonely planet, HG 106906. It is 300 light-years away from the Earth, and is characterized by its size, which is larger than the size of a planet.